In Outlander Season 8, Episode 3, Jamie witnesses Captain Charles Cunningham's activities and is undoubtedly unhappy about it. Brianna and Fanny are shopping at the trading post as this episode begins. The two have a wonderful bonding moment at first, but when two guys approach Fanny with obviously dishonorable intentions, the atmosphere changes. Fanny informs Brianna that the men were officers when they eventually went. After years of watching customers in the brothel where she grew up, she was able to identify that kind of conduct. This is the first major warning sign in the Outlander Season 8 episode, because these men were at the trading station to see Captain Cunningham. More on that later, of course. Before Jamie learns the truth about Cunningham, a great deal more occurs. First of all, a letter from Lord John Grey reopens Jamie's envious wounds. In order to create a painting of Amaranthus, the widow of Ben Grey and her son, John, want Brianna to travel to Savannah. Immediately agitated, Jamie prohibits Brianna and Claire from interacting with Lord John. This doesn't go well, of course. In addition to Jamie and Claire's significant disagreement regarding Lord John Grey, the episode reveals several key developments. William investigates the death of his cousin Ben, ultimately fostering a connection with Ben's widow despite not finding closure. Tensions in Lord John's relationship with Percy Beecham resurface when Beecham seeks a favor involving Fergus Fraser. A crucial moment occurs when Claire employs her magic to revive a stillborn infant in Season 8, Episode 3. The episode culminates in an unavoidable conflict between Jamie and Captain Charles Cunningham, highlighting Jamie's struggle with trust towards Cunningham, who is not fully retired from the army for an important reason. Jamie learns that Benjamin Cleveland has shot and murdered the two men who had come to see Cunningham at the trade station after hearing gunshots when he and Fanny are in the woods. The men have been bringing firearms on a Fraser's Ridge, Mr. Cleveland reveals with joy. Jamie searches the bodies and returns with a letter written to Captain Cunningham before stopping his adjacent landowner from hanging up the corpses and burying them instead. Jamie confronts Cunningham, telling him that although the letter appears uninteresting at first glance, certain key words suggest something quite different. After a brief exploration of the trade post, Jamie finds a key that reveals a fresh message when placed over the letter. The letter's sender, identified as Major Patrick Ferguson, requests additional recruits while pledging to provide new weapons. Cunningham is forced to be honest with Jamie now that the information is public. He is organizing a loyalist militia on Fraser's Ridge and hasn't even retired from the British service. Naturally, Jamie is furious, but Cunningham says he wants Jamie to support him. After spending some time together, Cunningham feels that Jamie's political beliefs are not all that unlike his own. In order to put an end to the conflict and bloodshed, he exhorts him to assist the monarch in claiming triumph. Jamie is left to think about the offer as Outlander Season 8, Episode 4 draws to a close. The conclusion of Outlander Season 8, Episode 3 was Claire's major miracle, even if the big Cunningham revelation was the main focus. Susanna, a laboring lady in dire need of assistance, arrives at the Fraser home earlier in the episode. Claire examines the woman and finds out she is expecting twins. Susanna's labor is halted because the two infants get entangled with each other. Naturally, Claire can handle this with a little cunning and practical medicine. Eventually, the first baby is born without any problems. But when the second baby is born, the problems start. Claire does her best to wake the baby, who looks to be stillborn. But both she and Jamie are aware that there is no hope. He observes with sadness Claire's need and understands that she has been transported back to that time in France all those years ago, when she was holding Faith's body. We also see this from Claire's point of view. She hears Master Raymond's voice, sees images of Faith and blue wings, and sobs over the infant. The stillborn infant starts crying all of a sudden. There has been an amazing event. Although Claire has always had a talent for using practical medicine to heal, this was entirely mystical. When Jamie later inquires as to how this occurred, Claire responds that she experienced the same thing when Master Raymond treated her in France. She felt a blue light flow through her and into the infant. This raises the issue of whether Claire saved Susanna's young kid by using the same power that the enigmatic man used to bring Faith back. In Outlander Season 8, William is still going through a difficult period. As he discovered the truth about his father and was unable to save Jane's life, the previous seasons of the fantasy show proved to be incredibly turbulent for him. William is currently finding it difficult to accept the news that his cousin Ben passed away while being held captive by rebels. William finds optimism that a relative has somehow survived when he finds another guy in Ben's grave in Outlander Season 8, Episode 2. Nevertheless, additional research in Episode 3 casts doubt on that. Ben's commander, Major General Leslie, is present at a luncheon when William gently inquires about Ben's passing. William believes that if Ben had truly survived, he would have informed Leslie. But the Major General has no reason to doubt the rebels' claim that Ben died in the camp. William must acknowledge that his research is finished after returning his cousin's uniform to Amaranthes and finding the tin soldier he had previously given Ben among her possessions. Despite William's reluctance to acknowledge Ben's actual death, this discovery appears to pave the way for another complex romance. Even though he and Amaranthes already had a lot of connection, their stroll around the garden cemented their relationship. William appears surprised when the widow kisses him, even though it's obvious that her kindness is actually flirting. He definitely kisses her in return, though. William and Amaranthes will undoubtedly experience more similar times as Outlander progresses, but it is evident from his torn expression that he feels immediately remorseful. In Outlander Season 8, Episode 3, Lord John Grey and Percy Beauchamp had a secret talk during the dinner in Major General Leslie's honor, which was another intriguing scene. The past of these two is murky. They were once in love, but their relationship ended fairly abruptly. Percy nevertheless requests a favor from Lord John. He says that for some reason, he has been trying to contact Fergus, but Jamie's adopted son has not responded to his correspondence. Percy is hoping that Lord John will help to close the communication gap. Lord John consents to help, but he demands that Percy find Captain Richardson in return. To blackmail Lord John, this double agent had William abducted. Since then, he has gone missing, and William and Lord John are both keen to see the man brought to justice. As mentioned earlier, Lord John requests that Brianna visit Savannah to create a portrait of Amaranthes and her infant. Brianna accepts the journey in spite of Jamie's protests, but she wants to go to Savannah for other reasons. The Battle of Kings Mountain, which Frank wrote about in his book, seems to be unavoidable in Outlander Season 8. Brianna and Roger want to make sure their comrades have enough weapons in case they are unable to escape the war. There will be plenty of opportunities to purchase firearms in Savannah. Brianna and Roger intend to buy this item with the Jacobite gold that Jamie concealed. Jamie first forbids it, but this is more related to his anger toward Lord John instead of anything else. Brianna has every right to utilize the gold he handed her, however she pleases. Nothing stops Roger and Brianna from obtaining those weapons once Jamie and Claire have dealt with their anger over the Lord John issue. Everyone wanted to think that Frank's prediction that the Revolutionary War would arrive at Fraser's Ridge was untrue. But it appears like the writing is on the wall once Benjamin Cleveland shows up, and it is revealed that Cunningham is organizing a militia. We are aware that Jamie won't be joining the Redcoats as Cunningham had hoped. Therefore, it is inevitable that these two guys will cross paths on different sides of the battlefield. It remains to be seen if Frank was right regarding Jamie's demise at the Battle of Kings Mountain. There will undoubtedly be answers in the upcoming Outlander Season 8 episodes. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives like this. See you in the next review.